Good afternoon, students. In continuation to the previous lecture, we discussed what is social development and how social development can be defined in different contexts. So now, in continuation to the previous lecture, let us look at some more definitions or some more views on social development. As part of social development, motivation is a complex factor. So motivation is highly complex and it's a highly individual. So for a better society, motivation is an important factor. So that's the reason why the motivation to work the motivation is important because through motivation one works or a human being works either physically or psychologically. That motivation leads to social development. So that's the reason why motivation has been viewed as an important factor by social philosophers or sociologists. So the motivation to work can be physical, that is, physical work can be for earning food or earning money or earning shelter. Whereas psychological is a seeking social satisfaction or seeking social security. So motivation is an important or significant factor for social development. So one of the most in this regard, one of the most popular theories explaining motivation is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow, a very famous sociologist who came up with a theory of hierarchy of needs. And according to this theory, the human motivations are as follow. So the human motivations go like this. So the first motivation is self-actualization, according to Maslow. So he says that the first human motivation, self-actualization, that leads to altruism and self-fulfillment. And the second motivation, according to this theory, is esteem, self-esteem. In the sense, so human beings always strive for identity recognition. So here, self-esteem, another motivational factor, according to Maslow, that is recognition and praise. So human beings always want themselves to be praised and recognized. So recognition and praising, another important human motivations according to Maslow. And the third motivational factor is belonging and love. So here, the third motivational factor of human motivations according to Maslow is belonging and love. It means the social. So this motivation will lead to social needs. The fourth human motivation is safety and security, another important human motivations. And the fifth one is physiological, that is food, water, shelter. So this is the hierarchy of needs according to a very famous socialist Maslow. And in the course of social development, society is moved by a range of different physiological motives. And for example, the society has been moved from self-actualization motives, wanting self-development and altruistic aims for higher ethical and normally the last to be fulfilled. Actually, if you look at the social hierarchy, self-fulfillment, altruism is the highest ethical values. That is the highest social need. But in the practical context, actually, this is the last one to be achieved. This is the last to be fulfilled. And development of society occurs in the fields where the collective will is sufficiently strong and seeking expression. So human beings, the human will also another important factor for the social development. So social development occurs in the fields where the human collective will, society in the sense, group of individuals, so people. So here the collective will is another important motivational factor for social development. And every society possesses a huge reservoir of potential human energy. This another potential human energy, another important and significant factor for social development. And that is this human energy, this human potential energy is absorbed and static in the social organized foundations. So the human energy is observed and held static in different social foundations. For example, the human potential energy is observed and static held in the societal culturals, in the societal cultural values, in the societal physical security, social beliefs, and political structures. So this is a human potential energy is observed in these fields, and the human potential energy can be released and expressed at the time of transition and at the time of crisis and at the time of opportunities. So the human potential energy is a huge reservoir for the social development in every society. So, and this human potential energy is observed and held static in its in different social foundations such as cultural values, such as physical security and political structures and social beliefs. And these human energies will be released and expressed at the time of transition, at the time of crisis, and at the time of challenges and opportunities. So this is another important social developmental factor. And development requires enormous investment of energy to break existing patterns of social behavior and form new social behaviors or new social norms. So in order to a development requires an enormous investment of energy to break the existing laws or to break the existing pattern of social behavior, to break the existing pattern of social norms and to form new ones. So enormous human energy is required. And development takes place when surplus energies are accumulated beyond the required levels of energy. So development takes place when the surplus energies are accumulated beyond the required levels of energy. And expression of surplus energy through existing forms in an activity, forms of activity may result in growth. So this is another factor. So expressing surplus energy in the existing forms of activities will result in the growth, and that growth will lead to development, a qualitative expansion of society. So the rate and extent of development is determined by prevalent social attitudes which control the flow of energies. So controlling flow of energies are also another factor, important significant factor for social development. And development proceeds rapidly in those areas where the society becomes aware of opportunities and challenges. So development rapidly proceeds in those areas where the society accepts or becomes aware of challenges, changes, opportunities, and where the society has the will to respond to them. In such field, in such areas, we can find rapid growth of development of society. And social development consists of two interrelated aspects such as learning and application. So learning and application, where there is learning and application where there is then the society's rapid growth can be estimated. And development occurs when pioneering individuals' initiatives are imitated by others. So in the sense, creative understanding, creative ideas or new initiatives, and when the individual initiatives are imitated by others, and then those imitations become multiplied, then society will rapidly grow, will rapidly have its growth. And the ultimate point here, human beings are the ultimate resource and ultimate determinant of the development process. So human beings are the ultimate resource, and human beings are the ultimate determinant factor for the development process. So human aspirations and human attitudes determines society's response and societal circumstances. So this is what social development is all about. Thank you.